largest of the lumber mills in Wolf Run was just outside the Allegany Seneca Reservation. It employed 60 men. A railroad spur connected the mill to the Pennsylvania Railroad line along the river. Lumber was also hauled by horse and floated downriver as rafts to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and farther. Lumber was hauled to the chemical plant in Red House and hemlock bark to tanneries. In Wolf Run, there were shingle mills, a cheese factory, and a school. The Carnahans were involved in lumbering, farming, sheep herding, road construction and maintenance. An oil well shot in 1901 on the Carnahan farm proved to be a poor producer. In later years, the Carnahans operated a rod and gun club that burned down on 27 April 1928. With the creation of Allegany State Park in 1921, the state began buying land in this area to add to the park. Carnahan sold out in 1935. Though this cemetery has in later years come to be known as Carnahan Cemetery, I have not found an obituary referring to it as Carnahan Cemetery. It is called Wolf Run Cemetery in obituaries, except for the last person interred, for which it was called Wolf Run Cemetery. The first known burial in Wolf Run Cemetery was Herman Delos Carnahan, who died 29 December 1899. His house on Wolf Run had caught fire. After removing household effects, he collapsed at his neighboring son's house. He left a wife and 9 children. A sadder event was the instant death of Glenn Carnahan. While delivering milk at Quaker Bridge, his horse-drawn wagon was struck by a fast southbound train. He was but 11 years old. The last known burial here was Alex B. Wilcox, a daughter of Myron Carnahan. William Zibble is the only known veteran in the cemetery. He served in Pennsylvania Independent Company C, Warren's Rifles, in the Civil War. The unusually unnumbered unit was the result of an oversubscription of recruits for a different unit. His was a spillover unit, one might say. He joined in 1862 and served for 3 years. His wife was Mary Carnahan. They had 2 sons and a daughter. Their son Milo died at age 5 in 1862. He is in Max Corner Cemetery in Warren County, Pennsylvania. William's 3 brothers, Albert, Lewis, and Thomas Jefferson, also served in the Civil War. Thomas Jefferson Zibble resides in Randolph Cemetery. And with us today is David Zibble, a direct descendant of Albert Zibble. David traveled from Illinois to be here.
Thank you.
After the dedication, we will set a Grand Army of the Republic flag holder for William Zibble, who died at his home on Wolf Run, aged 79 to 84. You may notice areas of mowed flatland farther down this road. In advanced age, Mr. Zibble was mowing land there when the implement, drawn by horses, snagged a tree stump. This caused the horses to reverse. Mr. Zibble was knocked and run over by the mower, but he eventually recovered. Now I'd like to say a few words about an organization I belong to called the Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War. We are a fraternal organization dedicated to preserving the history and legacy of veteran heroes who fought and worked to save the Union in the Civil War. We were founded in 1881 as the Sons of Veterans of the United States of America, renamed Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War in 1925, chartered by an act of Congress in 1954, and we became the legal successor to the Grand Army of the Republic in 1956. The Grand Army of the Republic was the largest of Civil War veterans organizations. William Zibble was a member of Henry F. Whipple GAR Post number 651 in Onoville. The post closed the year after he died. The GAR was a politically powerful organization. Members were Presidents Ulysses S. Grant, Rutherford B. Hayes, James Garfield, Benjamin Harrison, and William McKinley. Members of the SUVCW are descendants of Union soldiers and sailors who served honorably, and we also admit associates without ancestry. Orders allied with the SUVCW are the ladies of the GIR, Women's Relief Corps, the auxiliary to the 501c3 organization. The SUVCW has programs for education, monuments, registration of Civil War veterans' graves, college scholarships, annual ceremonies, and more. If anyone listening here today is a descendant of a Union soldier or sailor, is interested in joining us as a member, please see me or our camp commander, Darren Everdyke, before you leave here today. You may interpret that as an order if you like. In closing, I vociferously thank Park Manager Chris Tripoli. The installation of this historical marker would not have come to fruition without his undeviating support. It would have been no surprise if we were dismissed presenting the crazy proposal of seeking a grant for a historical marker for a small and almost lost cemetery in the woods off a remote dead-end road. Mr. Tripoli is truly a consummate, dedicated public servant. Let us hope that this marker helps to save Wolf Run Cemetery from disappearing. We have had too many graves here. Even one is too many. Thank you.
Excellent.